has the power to shape and manifest whatever we imprint upon it. You could see it as the codes to physical reality. It's 0-point energy and it is an infinite source of energy.
Hold on, our minds create the demons? Oh, we're screwed. So I came across a creator that allegedly has some esoteric and Freemasonic knowledge that wants to share it with the world, so I figured we could hop into it together, shall we? The first video is entitled, Never Struggle Again with This Freemasonic Secret to Manifestation. Let's check it out.
This one secret that is hidden and guarded within secret societies grants you profound power, which can fully transform your life and perspective on reality. Today, I'm going to reveal this one secret, which you probably already know, but never realized how deep it truly is. This has the power to change your life. It is the key to your potential. And this secret is not really a secret, but something people overlook. That the universe is mental. Everything we experience and interact with and perceive originates within the mind. The universe is a boundless field of consciousness, a mental construct molded and shaped by thought. We do not just live in a physical world, as they want you to believe. There are hidden forces that mold the material world. They want you to believe that you are only a physical being inside of a physical universe. But this is completely wrong. You are the architecture of the universe. Your consciousness is the very fabric of reality. And you create your own universe. The universe is an infinite field of consciousness, a vast and limitless mental construct, intricately woven and shaped by the power of thought. It is a dynamic and ever-evolving field where the interplay of awareness and attention gives form to existence. Within the boundless realm, every idea, perception, and belief contributes to the creation and transformation of reality itself. Each thought holds the power to transform reality. Your consciousness is the very fabric of reality. And this is shown in the symbol of the flower of life. The flower of life is a symbol. It symbolizes the interconnectedness of all existence, illustrating how every thought is not merely a fleeting moment, but a ripple that reverberates across every layer of reality. Each action, like the intricate overlapping circles of this pattern in the symbol, extends its influence far beyond its origin, weaving a web of interdependence where every choice impacts the whole. It serves as a profound reminder that everything is connected, bound by an unseen field of consciousness. This symbol represents how one action, one thought is a ripple in the whole vastness of the ether of consciousness.
That does make sense, and it does kind of allude to a little bit of what many teachings and what makes most sense to me, that we are essentially drops of water within an ocean. We're all part of the same organic, or maybe not even organic, but we're all part of the same overall structure, organism, whatever it may be, that is essentially all the same. But definitely the flower of life resembles that and kind of has the same feeling to me.
To master your mind is to master the universe, because your mind is a miniature universe. The mind is the very fabric of reality. So if we gain the hook, if we gain the power and the mastery over our minds, we have now gained the power to create reality to your will and intent. You see, most people live in a cycle, and this cycle is the outer world manipulating how they feel on the inner world.
Yeah.
People's external circumstances are creating their thoughts and emotion in the inner world of consciousness, which is producing a constant cycle of negative manifestation. For example, let's say something negative happens to me in my external world. Then I start to think negative and feel negative. What that is actually doing is manifesting and projecting more negativity, because our thoughts hold the power to control and weave our own life. Your life is a direct correlation of every thought you thought in the past. What we need to do is stop and not let the mind control you in your reality. You need to control the mind so you can control reality. So what does this actually mean? Reality is an externalization of consciousness. Consciousness and matter are one. They're not separate. They are inseparable and interconnected. Everything we see, experience, and observe is a manifestation of thought, beliefs, and consciousness, shaping the world around us. Now, this ties in with the secret fifth element that they have hid from you. They've hid from you this sacred and very important symbol and pillar to reality. And this pillar, this sacred thing they've missed, is called the ether. And they've held this from you for a reason, a specific reason. This is the true fifth element. Why do they hide the ether? Because the ether has the power to shape and manifest whatever we imprint upon it. Every thought is a vibration interacting with the ether and actively shaping our reality. The ether, you could see it as the codes to physical reality. It's like an energetic blueprint which surrounds all physical objects. It is the life force that gives life to all things. All energy comes out of the ether and returns back to the ether. It's 0 point energy and it is an infinite source of energy. So this is why they hide the ether, because whatever our mind can imprint onto the ether, we can create into a reality. And we imprint the ether through thought and imagination.
Hey, you should imprint on the ether or subscribe to the channel. Thanks.
The mind holds the power. The mind is the very source of reality. The material realm is not separate from the mental realm. Rather, it is intricately shaped and influenced by it through the ether. This subtle, all-pervasive medium bridges thought and matter, allowing consciousness to mold and manifest the physical reality. To transform our lives, we must first transform our minds. True change begins within, as our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions shape the reality we experience. By shifting our mindset, we unlock the power to reshape our world and recreate the life we desire. This is the power of the mind, and this is the power that's been hidden from you. We're not taught these things in schools.
Hold on. So let me reanalyze what he's saying here. To transform our lives, we must first transform our minds. True change begins within, as our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions shape the reality we experience. By shifting our mindset, we unlock the power to reshape our world and create the life we desire. So by shifting our mindset, so we have to legitimately swap the way we think and we start to believe it. So that really is just why they use repetition so much, because it turns their repeated thoughts into a mindset, and that mindset becomes their reality. That's probably why auto-suggestion works the same way. Just telling yourself something enough over and over and over again that you force yourself to believe it.
For a reason, because they don't want us all to be conscious creators. Instead, they feed you your beliefs. They feed you your thoughts through the music, through the entertainment, through the movies, through the news. They're controlling your thoughts with this information. They're installing beliefs and information into your mind. So you are producing their reality. But this is what we need to stop. We need to take control. We need to stop consuming their music, their movies, their information, their news, because all of this is contributing towards your reality. They have the collective consciousness at the tip of their fingers. They do not create the world. We create the world by believing their beliefs and their thoughts and installing their information into our minds. You see, it's mind over matter, and most people live in matter over their mind. Most people let matter, the external circumstances, dictate their mind, when it should be the other way around. It should be mind over matter. This is the mental plane. This is the astral. This is the etheric. This is the physical. The mind holds power over the emotions, over the imagination, over the physical, and over our spirit. It holds power over everything. It's mind over matter. It's the mental body that we must transmute and change. Most of us live in a chaotic state of mind, and this is what we must change. Turn chaos into order. So we need to be mind over matter. We need to install this belief into our subconscious.
This is some pretty heavy stuff. It seems pretty deep, but it does seem like there are some golden nuggets in here. This video is titled How the Soul Trap Works, Occultism and Esotericism.
The earth has become a realm in order to trap souls within so that they can harness our electricity, our energy. Even the Bible is talking about how this realm is controlled by the wicked one in John 5:19. We know that we are the children of God and that the whole world is under the control of the evil one. Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. So the Bible is telling us that this is not the only world. There are other worlds, there are other realms that we can go to, considered as heaven. Heaven being a higher realm where there is no evil, no darkness. This is a midpoint realm where there is good and evil. Now, we're going to explain how the soul trap is how it's working and how your soul is being harnessed for its energy and how you are tricked to come back to this realm after death. What you need to understand is first is that you are the invisible intelligence behind the physical body. You are the mind and soul. The soul is the true you, the good you. It is pure love, pure bliss, eternal, never dies. The mind can be corrupted though. The mind is the intelligence of the soul. It is invisible. It has no true form. The intelligence inhabits the brain. The brain is the computer to control the electrical machine called the nervous system, which is choice, program, and action. You are the invisible intelligence behind the body. And this will prove it even more. You do not even see into the external world. You are seeing an image produced by the brain because the light is being sucked through the retinas of the eyes. The image is produced in the visual cortex at the back of the brain. What does this mean? This means that we are the consciousness in the center of the brain, in the pineal gland, that is experiencing the program being ran by the central nervous system in the brain. This is the sigil of Lucifer. Lucifer in Latin is Lucy. Lucy is light in Latin. Lucifer is known as the light bearer. This is how the eyes work, people. It's not a demon or a devil. The sigil for Lucifer is how the eyes work and how the left eye is controlled by the right brain. The right eye is controlled by the left brain. There is a crossover. It's the same with the body. The left side of the body is controlled by the right brain. The right side of the body is controlled by the left brain. There's a crossover with our hemispheres in the brain. Now, this empty chamber in the center of the brain is where this universal cosmic intelligence is held. known as the most holy place in the Bible, the throne of God. This is above the 33 vertebrae on the spine. As you can see here, you are the being in the center of this point. All of the nerves are being sent back to this one particular point, which is the seat of our invisible intelligence. You can see it's an empty chamber. Our consciousness, our intelligence is not a physical thing. This intelligence is the true voice inside of your head. This is why your head is heaven, your heart is earth, your heel is hell. Your head is heaven because this is the seat, the throne of God. God is in heaven because the consciousness, this divine intelligence that's controlling the body, is sat in the center of the brain. The brain is taking commands of this invisible intelligence. When you close your eyes, you can feel your awareness, your consciousness, your intelligence is all in the brain. Your awareness is not in the feet, the heart, the legs, the arms. It's all in the center of the brain. Now, if you meditate deeply, you will find that you are beyond the mind. You are the being observing the thoughts. You are the soul observing the thoughts. Now, with this being said, you are the consciousness experiencing the program being ran by the central nervous system in the brain, because you're not seeing into the external world. It's an image. It's a simulated image produced by the brain and the central nervous system. You do not experience the external world. You do not feel the external world. You feel electrical impulses on your nervous system. Your nervous system is decoding what you are feeling. So the only thing that you truly feel is the electrical impulses on your nervous system. This is why the nervous system is the tree of knowledge of good and evil, because it gives your invisible intelligence, your mind, the knowledge of good and evil. It can detect good things. It can detect bad things. If it's hot, if it's warm, if I need to go, the nervous system is doing this. It is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Okay. Now this universal intelligence is symbolized as the single eye. Okay. Matthew 18:9. It is better for you to enter life with one eye than to have two eyes and to be thrown into the fire of hell. What does this mean? It's symbolic, it's metaphorical, people. It is metaphoric. Your universal intelligence is the single eye, the one eye. It's the balance between the two poles, between the left and the right, the good and the evil. It knows the right thing to do all the time. This is our inner guide. The inner self is the inner guide. And when you are operating your life off duality, using your two eyes, you'll be thrown into the fire of hell, lower states of consciousness, because you're split. You need to live in oneness, even, balance. Matthew 6:22, the light of the body is the eye. The light of the whole body is the eye. You are a light being. Human. Hue means an attribute of a color. Man is the word manifested. We are light manifested into physical form. Depending on your vibration is depending on what color that you are vibrating on, which is a hue, a human. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body should be full of light. Again, it's talking about the single eye, oneness, completeness. When you balance the hemispheres of the brain, we'll go over that later. But anyways, the body is the earth. This is what we need to understand, people. The body is running the simulation, the program that our consciousness is experiencing. So when we leave the body during death and astral projection, we leave the earth. This is how it works. The body is the vehicle for the earth, for this realm. Everything exists within our mind. You have the soul, mind, and body. The soul is the observer, the watcher, the true being. This is why she has many different heads, because the soul inhabits different bodies. This is the serpent, which means knowledge, which is the mind, wisdom. And this is the body, soul, mind, and body, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. The mind is the bridge between the soul and the body. So what do I mean? When you astral project, you are using your mind to project your awareness, your observing consciousness outside of the physical body. The mind is the projector, projecting consciousness. By using your mind, you can project your consciousness outside of the body, which is known as the astral realms, which is known as walking on water. Jesus was never walking on physical water, people. It's metaphorical. Believing the physical body. The water is the ether, which is the veil between the physical and the astral realm. It's a fluid substance. It's on either side. It's physical and astral. The ether is the fifth element that they hide from us. Why? Because they're trapping you in the physical. They are hiding all of these realms. Etheric, astral, and mental. People think their mind is their brain. It's two separate dimensions. These are completely different dimensions. The mind is way more intelligent. The mind is formless. There is no form to the mind. You can think anything you want. You can manifest anything you want within your mind. It is not a physical object. The physical realm is being controlled by the mind. Everything's being controlled by the mind. Everything exists within the mind. This is why the Egyptian says the universe is mental. So when we project our consciousness outside of the physical, we go to the astral. The ether is the water that Jesus is walking on. This is the veil between the physical and the astral world. The word together has ether within it because it joins the two worlds together, together, the astral and the physical. The word either is ether because the ether is on either side, physical and astral, physical and spiritual, physical and non-physical. In the astral realm, the mind can manifest anything we want. We incarnate to restrict our minds. This is why Saturn, if you go and watch my video on Saturn, how Saturn is this simulation, okay, our minds can manifest anything we want in the astral plane in the click of a finger. However, when we incarnate in matter, we now have to labor for our manifestations. This is why Saturn's known as the great teacher in astrology, because he teaches you a lesson. When your mind incarnates into matter, it's teaching your mind a lesson, the knowledge of good and evil. This is why the Bible says, you shall be gods and know the knowledge of good and evil. When you incarnate here, you have to know the knowledge. You need to know the knowledge of good and evil to become a god. Okay? Now, the square is the physical plane. The triangle's the ethereal plane. The circle's the eternal plane. The circle has no beginning, no end. It's eternal. The physical plane is the square. It's limited. The square is limited. The cube is the geometric shape which gives rise to matter. Now, the term think outside the box has truth in plain sight. You have to think outside the box to project your consciousness. Use your mind to project your consciousness outside of the box, the physical.
Hold on. I need to take a second to breathe and digest. We're almost halfway through this, and I haven't even had a second to even commentate because there's just such a rapid pace of all this information, and it's so much. It's so heavy. It's such heavy data. I'll be honest. A lot of this is going way over my head. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, but it's like I feel like I'm seeing golden nuggets here and there, and I'm able to pick and, like, oh, this is an interesting little tidbit of information. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and, pick what I can and hopefully get something from this. Either way, I'm enjoying it. And it's interesting, and hopefully, yeah, I can pull a little bit more from this. But either way, let's keep going.
The astral realm is the realm of the stars. Above us is the stars. Through the stars is the astral plane. This is why astral has the word star within it. The devil is the de-veil. When you sell your soul to the devil, quote unquote, it's metaphorical. The devil exists in the physical plane. It's the lowest state of consciousness. The de-veil, you de-veil yourself into the physical when you are the devil. The de-veil. The ethereal plane. Now, we all know what the famous symbol of the all-seeing eye, right?
Sure.
The all-seeing eye with the eye in the triangle. Look at the Masonic artwork showing you the triangle above in the sky. This is symbolizing the ethereal planes. The eye in the triangle symbolizes your invisible intelligence, your mind, which has the ability to see on either side. Because the triangle's the ethereal plane. The eye is your consciousness, your intelligence. And this intelligence has the ability to see in the physical plane and to see in the ethereal planes, in the astral planes. This is why it's above the earth. It's above the ground. Because it can see here, it can see in the heavenly realms. Now, the stars are, this is known as heaven, the realms of the astral planes. This is some quotes from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Out of the darkness ye must rise upwards, one with the light and one with the stars. Man is in process of changing to forms that are not of this world. Grows he in time to the formless, a plane on the cycle above. So there's other worlds. The Bible's telling you there's other worlds, there's other realms. Know ye must become formless before ye are one with the light, the astral light above, which shining through the stars. Not of the earth are ye, earthy, but a child of the infinite cosmic light. You are the invisible intelligence controlling the physical body. The body's not you. It's the vehicle that your soul lands in when your mind projects your consciousness into that realm. Free from the body, I flashed through the night. Unlocked at last for me was the star space. Wow, that's powerful. The star space, the astral planes. This is what it's talking about. We are all a star. We descended from the astrals, which is the star. We are all a star. Look at the ancient paintings of Jesus' birth. It's the star beaming his consciousness down into the physical plane. Here's another one. Here's some Freemasonic artwork showing you, again, the ether, that invisible intelligence, the eye, manifesting itself inside of here, in the physical realm, where the people are. You see? It's the same here. This is Jesus. Here's the bird symbolizes the Holy Spirit, your invisible intelligence, descending into the waters, the ether, the ethereal, everything. The ether's the base of all physical matter. Here's Truth in Plain Sight. Mr. Bean, the famous TV program in England, in the UK. He begins the program like we all begin the program from falling from the stars. He falls down with a beam of light. And this is Truth in Plain Sight. This is false. The aliens don't exist. They're a lie, alien. But this symbolizes the star beaming our consciousness. And when we die, this star will suck us back up. Just like this UFO is doing. It's Truth in Plain Sight. This is some more Freemasonic artwork. Going from duality to singularity. Sun, moon, masculine, feminine. Right hemisphere, feminine, left hemisphere, masculine. The consciousness in the center, the balance point. Here's another more Freemasonic artwork. The two pillars, left and right hemispheres, and the invisible intelligence between the left and right hemispheres, the light of the body. This is why light's coming off it. Because it's light, it's pure light. The blazing star. The stairs go from the checkered board, the duality, up to oneness, in between the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine. This is symbolizing going into oneness. What did the Emerald Tablet say? You've got to become one with the stars, one with the one with the self. Balancing the two hemispheres so that you can gain, because when the two hemispheres are balanced, you can gain a more deeper connection with your invisible intelligence. Same with the chakras. When the chakras, the 7 seals in the Bible, these are 7 seals because when you conquer the 7 chakras, when you balance the 7 chakras, you then gain a more deeper connection with your internal self. Because your mind is not filled, it's not being ran, it's not being dominated by these 7 deadly sins, the 7 seals, the 7 chakras. These are 7 energy centers which are concealing our true form. Balance makes us have a stronger connection with our true cosmic intelligence. Heaven is even. This is why Jesus is pointing at the heart. The even point is the heart. You got to balance the chakras and live from the heart, because the heart is the earth. You're in good and evil. The body manifests the lower and the higher self. The higher self is in the higher parts of the body. Wisdom, intuition, expression. The lower self is in the lower parts of the body. Sex, food, and power.
I see this and I look at modern society and it's nothing but the bottom 3. Just complete material love, consumption, sex, hunger, greed, thirst for power and control. It's crazy how one-sided it is, honestly.
This is how they are trapping your soul, people. Like I said, the mind is the bridge between the soul and the body. So by tricking the mind, not giving it the right knowledge, and keeping the mind stuck in the lower 3 centers, thinking about power, food, and sex, this is low vibrating energy. It's going to keep your mind addicted to the physical realms. Okay? This is why you need to go even, balance, heaven. I will explain the soul trap in a second, how it fully works. But I'm telling you all the science behind it so you can understand. When you are doomed, you are domed. This is the dome, the firmament, the firmament, the mind. Ment is mind, firm is firm. A firmament is doomed under the firmament. You must have a loose mind, an open mind to expand your consciousness beyond the stars, beyond the ethereal barrier. You have to vibrate higher than this world. Your consciousness must be expanded more than the physical plane. You need to learn how to astral project. You need to learn how to leave the body, how to operate outside of the body, so that when you do leave the body, you will have recognition. You'll have knowledge.
Between astral projection and lucid dreaming, these are 2 things that I've always been interested in, but I've never really pursued any sort of really trying to do. I'm curious if you guys have tried either of these things, what your experience is like, how you went about learning them. Go ahead and share your experience down in the comments below.
But this is as above, so below. The woman's belly is the earth. It's as above, so below. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm. We are the children in the womb. We are the people in the earth being ready to be born into the heavenly realms. As above, so below. It's a microcosm, macrocosm. Everything is in everything on a bigger and a smaller and a larger scale. Now, when the baby figures out that there is a world beyond its mother, what happens? The baby starts to move around and tries to get out of the mother. Because once it starts to hear the external world, starts to hear people, it's going to wonder, what's outside of why am I in here? What's outside? So the baby will force its way out of the mother. It's the same with our minds, as above, so below. When our minds figure out that there are other realms beyond this world, we will seek a way out.
I don't know if I agree with that. Unless it doesn't count NPCs or something, because it seems like plenty of people can learn about the concept of there being other realms, and they have little to no interest in that, let alone learning more about it or how to get into it.
This is the womb, the Mother Earth, Mother Nature. It's the mother. We're in the womb. We can be born out of this world, which is being born again in the Bible. When you are doomed, you are domed under the dome, under the firmament, the firm mind. The firm mind will keep you under the firmament.
So he's going into etymology here, the root word of what words mean and where they come from and what intentions they have behind them. And that is a deep, deep rabbit hole that I could potentially be interested in going down with you guys. So let me know if you guys would be interested in going down to some deep etymology rabbit holes sometime.
Due to the law of polarity, there has to be other realms. There has to be. Because the law of polarity works in this world, and it will work on every scale possible. It's universal laws. These are universal laws. The law of polarity means that there are other realms polarizing this realm. There is a hell, there is a heaven. There is a midpoint, which is Midgard, which is the one we are in now. Earth, heart. Earth is the heart. Heart is the center, good and bad. The balance between good and bad. Your reality is your level of realization. Your mind realizes other worlds, you will seek a way to them worlds. It's that simple. The soul trap is to keep you stuck in this physical body, which is the earth. This body is the earth. It's running the program, like I said at the beginning. It's running the simulation that your consciousness is experiencing. You are an electromagnetic being, and you're hidden in a cage, your rib cage, and you're stuck in cells, a prison cells. Look, you're in cells. We produce electromagnetic energy. Your soul produces this energy. And by trapping your consciousness inside of this physical realm, they harness this energy within the astral realms. They're using you to manifest demons, because your mind creates demons through emotions and mental thought energy.
Hold on, our minds create the demons? Oh, we're screwed. We're screwed. No wonder reality and humanity is in such awful shape. If our thoughts, if our emotions are what is creating demons.
Which is a whole nother video.
Yeah.
I can make a video on that. You're manifesting everything for them because they're trying to create a hive mind. This is why they want everyone to believe in one belief system, one government, one belief system, one religion, because they're creating a hive mind. This hive mind will manifest and be summoned within the astral planes, because the mind manifests the astral plane. The astral plane is the realm of imagination. The mental plane is the realm of just thought alone. The etheric plane is the energy. The physical plane is the matter. So all of our minds together are manifesting these demons within these subconscious realms, the astral. Now, how are they keeping you stuck to this realm? Well, when you die and you're stuck in your lower three chakras, okay, when your mind and soul detaches from the body, which is the earth, when you leave the earth, you're still going to have these mental addictions to the food, the sex, the materialism, the phone, the cigarettes, everything. This is why they get you addicted to everything possible. The TikTok, the YouTube, they get you addicted to as many things possible. Because when your mind is addicted to these things, and when this mind leaves the physical body, you're still going to have these addictions. Okay? You're still going to have these thoughts. And you will be manifested into the lower astral realms because you're thinking materialistic, you're thinking negative, because your level of realization was your reality. You were manifesting hell on the earth. When you leave the body, you're going to manifest hell in the astral planes, which means you'll be vibrating on the very low, which will put you in the lower astral realms. So guess what? You're going to come back. You're going to come back into materialism. You're going to reincarnate. Because you haven't prepared for life after death. You must detach from the external world.
Is this where going to the light comes in? Or whether you go to the light or you go to the darkness after death? Because that's something that I keep hearing about lately, but he hasn't mentioned it at all. It kind of sounds like it's in the same realm, but he hasn't brought it up at all.
Okay, moon is mind. The sun is the soul, the earth is the body, the moon is the mind. This is why we say lunatic. In your mind, you have a specific mood. Moon. Money, M-O-N, is the moon. Money exists in the mind. They get you addicted to the money. The Bible's telling you this. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's telling you. Of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Matthew 16:26. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? James 4:4. Don't you know that friendship with this world means enmity against God? Therefore, anyone who chooses to be a friend of this world, of the world, becomes an enemy of God. John 4:4. Dear children are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. It's talking about the invisible intelligence. It's greater than the physical world. John 2:15. Do not love this world, nor the things it offers you.
That is a great lesson, I think, regardless of whether or not you find the religious teachings to be of value or accurate or truthful. This is non-attachment right there. This is good for protection of yourself, and apparently it makes sense spiritually as well.
Because this world will create you to, if your mind has attachments to what this world offers,
Yep.
Sex, money, and power, pretty much, you will reincarnate here. You will come back here. Because when you leave the body, your mind will still have these addictions. Do not love the world, nor the things it has to offer you.
All in all, I agree with non-attachment. A lot of it otherwise kind of went over my head, but I did seem to pick up bits and pieces of what seemed to be useful information from that. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on this. Is this legit? Do you think this is some esoteric real wisdom, or is this some con artist? What are your thoughts on this? All right, so we've seen a couple of this creator's videos, their thoughts. We can kind of get the cut of their jib. What are your guys' thoughts on this? I think, like I said, there are little bits of golden nuggets here and there, but I think there's also a lot of jargon. Maybe it's just I'm ignorant and I don't know exactly all of what this creator's saying. But regardless, give me your thoughts down below. I'm curious what you guys think. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, question everything, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.